Why do less qualified people get the job that you want? I know it can be frustrating making applications only to hear that another person got the job that you are targeting. And more so, if this person does not have the level of qualifications that you do. They have lower qualifications. I also know it can be very frustrating when you join an organization and your career stagnates. So you join this institution and you join with other people. And within 1 or 2 years, you see others are climbing the radar and you not yet. You still have the same job title, probably you still have the same salary. I know that can also be very frustrating. But one thing I would want us to note today is that when it comes to career growth, it's not just a matter of your skills, qualifications, and even sometimes who you work for. There's a lot of things you can do yourself that can really make you succeed. On the other hand, I've met individuals who, despite having the best skills, despite working for the best companies, and despite even being very knowledgeable in the area of profession, you find that they are creating their own obstacles. So today I want us to look at the reasons why those qualified people get the job that you want. And I have 5 top reasons why this happens. And on to my first reason. Do you lack confidence? Do you lack the self-belief to go for the opportunities out there? Sometimes we will look at job adverts. We see that this job advert is looking for 7 years of experience, and yet you have 4 years of experience, but you can do the job. You have everything that it takes. When you look at the responsibilities, it's something that you can do. So I see some people lacking the confidence and the self-belief. They shy away from going for those opportunities. It could even be internal. A job is advertised internal, and they ask for people to send the application. But guess what? Some people, you look at it and say, oh, some people will be favored. Why should I apply? Instead of making the application, taking care of the things that you have control over and let the rest happen, because when it comes to success, there is no assurance. What we are assured of is us taking action. So having the confidence and the self-belief, it's something you need over and above the skills and the qualifications that you have. The other reason why jobs could be going for other less qualified people is during interviews. Do you act desperate? Do you show that you're willing to take the opportunity at any cost? Do you get to discuss the position well? Do you ensure that you get to discuss the salary? You negotiate the best way possible. I know jobs are scarce, but that does not mean that you take anything that is offered at the table. If you meet an employer and they ask you, okay, can you work on Sunday? And you say yes. Can you work overtime without pay? Yes. If you don't show that you are focused, you know what you want, and there are some things you're not going to take, then the natural thing is people will treat you the way you behave. So whether jobs are scarce or not, get to know your worth. Remember, an employer is not doing you a favor. It's a relationship of equals. You bring your skills on board and the employer offers you opportunity. But again, it does not mean you take anything. So if it's salary, I know people sometimes take a pay cut, but you can't also take a 50% pay cut or 60% pay cut, especially if you're moving to another job, unless there are special circumstances that warrant you to do that. On to my third reason. You need to start going for opportunities. Go for opportunities. Why? Because if you just do a good job, and this is for the people who sit in the office and they believe that doing a good job is enough to propel them to the next level. Unfortunately not. So you have to go for opportunities. You have to demonstrate initiative. You have to be ambitious, because that's the way the world works. So talk to your boss, talk to your senior people, let them know if there's an opportunity. I wouldn't mind, if there's something, I'm looking for extra responsibilities, I'm looking to learn something. Even you yourself, sometimes you don't even have to wait for that opportunity to talk to your boss. Sometimes you can have the initiative to approach the decision makers and let them know, this is what I'm thinking about my career, in regards to the next level. People also who who are less qualified and end up getting jobs, they are also very good at networking. So they're able to establish networks with the right people inside and outside the organization. And this is closely related to point number 3, where I said you have to go for the opportunities. So remember, when you have a professional network, either inside or outside the organization, these people are able to stand, for you. They're able to represent you when decisions are being made. If you know of that friend who you always hear they are changing jobs or they are going for interviews and you didn't hear them making an application, is because they have very strong networks. So even you, that's what I would encourage you to do. So attend events, career events, business forums. In church, get to know other people. Don't just be the person who stays in one corner and after the service you go home. Keep in touch with your current and former colleagues. And if you can get even a mentor or a coach, the better. The reason is because other people have gone through what you're going through. So if someone can handhold you and be able to help you, that can really help you succeed, even when you don't have all those high qualifications and skills. And lastly, people who get jobs and they are less qualified than you is because they're also clear on their career goals. So I want you to ask yourself, what do you want in your career? What do you want? If you look at your career in the next 1 year, 5 years, how does it look? Because how can you get somewhere if you don't know the destination? Today, if we agree that we are going to meet in Mombasa the next 2 days, what will happen? You all sit down and you start planning. Some of you get an air ticket, others you go for SGR, others you go by road. And the most important thing, what you determine the means of transport, what you determine what you'll use is the destination. Because you can't say you're going to use a boat from Nairobi to Mombasa. It's not practical. So it's the same case with us. So you could be the most qualified person, you could be the most experienced person, but if you don't have an idea, just an idea of where you want your career to be, then it will be very hard for you to make progress. And people who have an idea of where they want to go, they know their skills, they know where they are falling short, and if it means attending a short course, they're able to do that. If it means getting practical skills in that area, they're also able to do that. So that's what I wanted to share with you. Number 1, you do have to have the confidence. Number 2, please don't act desperate when it comes to interviews. Also go for opportunities. Don't wait for people to discover you. This is the 21st century. It no longer happens. Also, network as much as possible within and outside the organization. And when you're doing all these, make sure you have very clear goals when it comes to your career. So thank you for watching this. I'll be sharing with you more tips regarding career and how to prosper, how to get to the next level. So please subscribe, and until next time, take care.